everybody. Welcome to Sci-Fi Mombie. I am the Sci-Fi Mombie, April, and you are here for episode 12. I am a 44-year-old full-time working Mombie fueled by caffeine, and I like to talk if you haven't figured it out yet. Yeah, like Vic said, I talk too much. I like to talk about life, love, kids, relationships, culture, movies, TV, music, and above all, what else, guys? Sci-fi. Yep, that's me. So with me, as always, is Vic.
Hi, hello.
And also joining us is Pizza Dave.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. So trying something new this week through Zoom, and we're recording, so we'll see how well this goes. But we will start out news of the week. And unfortunately, there were a lot of people who passed away this last week. Jeff Beck, who was a blues musician, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He passed away. He was 78. Supermodel, and I think I'm saying her name right, Tatiana Petitz. She was 56. I believe she died of cancer, but I will double check that. She was the supermodel in George Michael's Freedom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the first one that was shown. So 56 is so young, but you know, we're like,
I do want to mention, it looks like we're in three completely different places, but we're in the same room.
We're in the same room. We're in the studio.
But the lighting for each of us is just so different. Yeah.
We're working on it. It's a wish list in progress.
My dad's over here looking like Mr. Ghost. I don't even know what this looks like.
Okay. I'm going to skip over that one for the last, but Robbie Bachman, the drummer for Bachman Turner Overdrive, he passed away on January 12th, and they didn't give his age.
He would have been in his 70s, I would imagine.
Right. Robbie Knievel, who was the son of Evel Knievel, he passed away this week, and he died of cancer. I hate that C word. It's a dirty word to me.
At least they're making strides with cures and stuff.
Yeah, I went to my donation page at work, and I signed up for Stand Up to Cancer. So I'm going to give some money to them, along with all the other charities I give money to.
I did read something. I don't know if you guys heard of it yet, but I still want to talk about it. It wasn't a death, but the guy who played Hawkeye was in a car accident, and I read an article.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Renner. Yeah, we talked about him last week. Oh, and I apologize. You just heard the toilet flush.
The fun never stops
at the Sci-Fi Mombie house.
That's what happens when you're in a room that connects to a bathroom.
Yep. Waffler 69 from TikTok.
Okay. 33
years old, had a massive heart attack.
Oh.
I mean, this guy was like a big competitive eater. He would eat anything. I mean, he was Bortus, anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, he passed away. And the worst one of it all, Lisa Marie Presley, the beloved daughter of Elvis and Priscilla Presley, passed away right after the Golden Globes. What was it, Tuesday? And she was 54. She leaves behind a daughter and two sons, and unfortunately, her oldest son passed away in 2020 from suicide. And that's where Sci-Fi Mombie always will support this cause of suicide prevention. And if you are struggling and you need help, reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The number is 988. It changed last June from a 1-800 number to a 3-digit number like 911 or 411. So 988. All right. So I don't like doing those every week, but I just want to remember these people because they, every little bit influences our lives, and when they go,
Mhm.
Bob Saget, left us last year, and Gilbert Godfrey, and did Norm pass away last year? The year before, 21. Yeah. So I mean,
And also last year, we had someone from Doctor Who pass away.
yes.
Bernard Cribbins, who played Wilfred Mott, which was Donna Noble's grandfather.
When did he pass away?
Technoblade.
July.
Technoblade passed away.
The
Yeah.
Minecraft
Did you hear about Waffler 69?
No.
Oh,
But,
okay. Well, you heard it now. That's Gail, everybody, by the way.
Yeah, so Technoblade passed away from stage 4 sarcoma.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
C word.
C word again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know what Bernard Cribbins passed away from, but he worked on Doctor Who for like a long time. I think he was also in he was in the Doctor Who movies from the 60s before he played Wilfred Mott.
Oh, okay.
So then when he came back, I think that was kind of cool because not many people know about the movies from the 60s because they're not as widely known as the show was, because they didn't have any of the original cast for those movies. It was all like they took serials from the show, but it was none of the original cast,
Mhm.
and the characters were completely different. But it didn't say what he passed away from, but he did pass away in July, and the 60th anniversary specials will be the last thing he recorded.
I guess Gail is going to serenade us and yell at Millie while we're trying to remember somebody who passed away.
She just provided the soundtrack.
I know. There you go. And Bear is getting into my extra AV bag. Okay. The fun never stops at the Sci-Fi Mombie house. So I don't have any laws this week, so we're just going to move into entertainment news. And this one kind of flew under the radar because of the Golden Globes. I was kind of surprised it's not like big news, but Dr. Dre is selling his assets to Universal Music Group Shamrock Capital.
Hmm.
Do you know how much that man owns?
A lot.
A lot.
He's got all the.
Doesn't he have
NWA
Eminem stuff?
He's got NWA's, Eminem,
Snoop's.
Snoop. He's got 50 Cent. I mean, he's.
That's huge for Universal to be buying that library.
Basically, the entirety of Death Row and then Aftermath Records. I mean, plus.
Doesn't he have Interscope as well?
He's part of it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a big.
Yeah, Interscope's big.
Yeah, Interscope it has like a lot of the big pop artists right now, like Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, Lady Gaga. There's like so many people who are signed to Interscope right now that are like big in the music industry.
Yeah.
Oh, you just saw Gail's elbow. That's probably as much as you're gonna see from Gail.
That's hilarious. Okay, so anybody else have news? Share? Heard anything?
Can we do it with my face
I'm
email
kind of
now?
low right now.
Yeah, you want to do it on my phone?
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Drum roll.
Okay. I don't have another pen. Anybody else got a pen? All right, here we go. Yeah.
Huh?
Just
Hi.
Hey, everybody, it's Gail.
Yeah.
What's up? You like her nose ring?
Itty bitty.
She is one of our producers, even though she doesn't act like it.
I'm the coolest one.
Oh,
I might as well just call you all executive producers.
I
'cause
don't-
you're-
Let's get.
Okay, we're not singing tonight, okay?
Why not?
Because I said we're not.
I sing
Okay.
every night.
No, not here. You don't.
I don't know if this is news, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Sony is still making Walkmans, but
Like tape?
no.
Are they digital?
Yeah, they're digital and they actually run
Oh.
Android too, and they're
Gail
fully
stole my
justified. But like, yeah, they're like running Android now, and they're still music players. Like they're still music
Yeah,
players. Like,
mine's
they're running
back, please.
Android,
No.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
but they're expensive too.
Oh, I bet.
They're over
Like when the iPod first came out, they're what?
some of their higher end
Gail, don't
models
do
are
that.
over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shnikes. That's our friend Chris Farley would say.
Yeah.
I did.
Here I go, yawning again.
Millie
All right. Wow, that's
Oh.
great.
Millie reveal? Is it
Oh.
a Millie?
Okay.
Okay.
Poor Millie.
Back to the-
Poor Millie. Yeah.
Please.
So I
Can you
can.
please-
So, do you have any way? No, you don't have any way. Here, I'll look it up.
But,
The price of the new Walkmans because I'm curious.
yeah, because they're making new ones with Android 12, and they're coming out soon.
Android. They're going Android instead of Apple.
Yeah, Sony. Yeah, because I
Really?
just said that they're doing Android.
Well, you think he would have had like a collaboration with Apple to make them?
I know, but it's using Android, not iOS, because like Apple is very particular.
I'm impressed.
I mean, here's the thing: Apple is very particular about what they want their
Oh,
software
Oh
on.
yeah, this one.
Yeah, the most recent ones it cost a lot of money.
Yeah, this one is insane. I bet the storage on this thing is incredible. I will post pictures
Holy
out there on Mombie, on all the social media,
Oh,
but
that wasn't a good joke.
they're beautiful.
What you just
What?
It's gas.
About
Oh
me
my
telling
God,
you-
Becky.
No, about you
Look at
telling
that price.
about
It
me
was so
telling
big.
Gail to calm down. That was not a good joke.
No.
You're not a good joke, bitch.
Hey, enough.
Well, you're trying too hard to be a good joke.
I
Oh.
said
I'm
enough.
the clown. It's not my fault.
You're both the clowns, so let's just get that out of the way. This one, oh my goodness.
You're such a meanie to me, boo.
Wow. What is fascinating about this is the $4,000 model. It's the biggest one they make. It's 256 gigabytes. I would thought it would have been like a terabyte.
Apple's still making high-end phones for over $1,000. Isn't that surprising?
Well, it's a phone though. This is not a phone. Apple deliberately quit making iPods because they weren't selling. I mean, it's a beautiful device. I like the colors.
It's like an MP4.
Yeah, I mean, it's what Sony should do is make it a phone.
Well, they're still making phones. That's why Sony's still making.
Are you not understanding what I'm
I
putting
know.
out?
I think they should too, because like if they're gonna sell it to that
Do
price,
you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? But
Good old Chris Tucker.
I know, and supposedly Rush Hour 5 is being talked about, shopped around,
Do it.
and there
I
goes a
love it.
cat climbing into the window
Rush Hour
with the
is
mini
great.
flying.
I love Rush Hour.
So if Chris would come back for that, that'd be amazing. Jackie's already signed on.
Mhm.
And he's almost 70, or he is 70. Hold, please.
Just like they need to come back and do another movie with the Fifth Element.
Oh, that would be so cool. Well, no, they can't because of Bruce Willis. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that Bruce Willis is having this kind of mental health. Yeah, I mean, it's a disorder, not a mental health.
It would have to be more like a reboot with a different actor.
Yeah. No, turn that off.
I saw, like, I went to go see the new Avatar movie in theaters. And I saw this trailer for John Wick Chapter 4. And when let me tell you, when I saw Keanu Reeves and that other guy, I really thought that it was a Matrix movie for a second.
What other guy?
I don't know his character's name, but he's like the one that's like, he has he's the bald one with the sunglasses on.
Oh, Larry Fishburne.
I think
Lawrence Fishburne.
I think so.
Yeah. Huh. He's really in John Wick Part 4?
Yeah.
You mean Cowboy Curtis?
If you don't know, our generation knows Lawrence Fishburne because he was on Pee-wee's Playhouse on CBS Saturday mornings, and his character was
Cowboy Curtis.
Cowboy Curtis.
Purple fringe leather cowboy outfit.
Look it up.
Oh, well, anyways, by the way, Jackie Chan is 68 years old, and I am shocked by this. He's 5'9". I thought he was shorter than that.
Who played as the guy in the Matrix movies that had like the red and blue pills?
That's Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, because like I think he was in. Yeah, it looked like he was in Chapter 4, and like when I saw both of them, I thought it was a Matrix movie because they're both in Matrix, and
John Wick Chapter 4 has, and I just closed it. Lawrence Fishburne, of course, Keanu Reeves. What is that actor's? What is that actor's name? But anyways, it's got another star-studded cast. I didn't see Halle Berry. She was on the last one.
I've not seen one of them.
I know, I haven't either. I couldn't watch it. You want to know why? Didn't they kill the puppy in the first one? Didn't they kill his puppy?
I don't know. I've never seen John.
Lance Reddick from Fringe
Oh,
is one of them. John Leguizamo, Bridget Moynihan, Ian McShane. That's who I was trying to, and Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves. That's the cast.
so there's 4 movies.
There's
then?
4 movies.
We're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. Moving on. So it looks like Mega Millions jackpot. I didn't buy the ticket. It sucks. 1 ticket was sold. 1 for the $1.35 billion jackpot. Billion. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maine. It was sold in Maine.
In Maine.
Maine. So that's fascinating. 1 ticket.
Maine is fascinating.
Do you know how many? I don't know. The lottery system to me just seems so antiquated. It's why does there have to be just 1 winner? Why can't they split? Billions.
Well, maybe that one person was the only one that had those combination of numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it said it was computer generated.
Oh,
So that's even more interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can't win if you don't play.
Oh, this is interesting. Best Buy, Dunkin' Donuts, and Starbucks are changing their rewards programs, and they're slashing them.
Of course.
They're taking a lot out of them. Whereas what's the one I'm a part of? Oh yeah, Bath and Body Works. We finally got the Bath and Body Works app here in Springfield. And when you got like any kind of gift, like you spend a certain amount and you got the points, they send you a reward. It always like stopped at like $12.50. Well, now it's $16.50 for the birthday in that one because their prices went up.
Did anybody say inflation?
Yeah, well, that's another. We don't talk about politics on
We don't
this
talk about
podcast.
Bruno.
Yes, it's one of those things we don't talk about. But we're going to talk about it right now. Inflation actually came down, and so did unemployment, 3.5%. Okay, so why are the Republicans bitching about that? Oh, I know why. Because Biden wants to roll back the GOP tax scam that we get hit with as middle-class people. So,
Yeah, people like us shouldn't have to pay $1,200 to the government for taxes when there's 5 of us and we don't make a lot of money. I mean, we make a decent amount, but we don't make a lot.
What I bring home is nothing what I gross.
Right. I know.
Because I carry the family's health insurance and all the other dental, blah, 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 life insurance.
Philanthropy.
Yes. 401k. And the wellness program has gone up, which is nice. I wouldn't mind another market bump.
This is a different tax bracket.
I know. Here we are at the other problem. And then they just trained me to help that other department, and they were promising overtime. They had nothing for me to work on Friday afternoon.
Huh.
So why do you dangle the carrot in front of my face if
Maybe you're just too proficient and you did too much work.
No, I only get assigned like 3 cases to work on. And I take my dear sweet time because that's what I'm used to over in settlements because we have 43 days to turn it around. We don't even have any projects over there. It's like the weirdest time ever at my job. And they just made my boss hire more people. So
At least
It's-
you're not Bender.
oh,
You gotta do 3 things.
I gotta do 2 things. Bite my shiny metal ass. Okay. Kind of looking down through here.
Doesn't look that shiny to me.
Shinier than yours,
Me.
meatbag. Can you tell me like Futurama around here? I think I've seen every episode. What is there, 10 seasons now? There's going to be 2 more coming to Hulu this March.
Ooh, more new.
Yeah, it's coming. But yeah, it's going to be great. And the whole cast is back. They got John DiMaggio back. He was contracted to somebody else and they were able to finagle him back in. So that's great.
It has 2 things that we all like: sci-fi and animation.
That's my all-time favorite show. I don't know. It's just something clicks with me with Futurama. I don't know. Maybe Fry's my age. I don't know. It just clicks. Were you guys even interested in Prince Harry coming out and talking about the fight he had with his brother in the kitchen?
So it's like, man,
It's like his
who
book.
cares?
Yeah, his book came out this week, and everybody was making a big brouhaha over the brouhaha between the boys, and I'm like,
You know,
they're normal. It's a normal family, right? Right? You fight with your siblings. I fight with mine. Hi, Big Red. Love you. And Cole. Can't forget Cole.
who isn't feeling real good?
Yeah. So we hope he gets better. And we need to mention your mom is in the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yes, angioplasty.
Yeah. So we've been keeping in contact and watching on that. But it was just kind of, you're going, oh yeah, the royal family, but this has been happening for years.
Well, I kind of feel like
How many brothers? Because remember, there was a time where queens were not allowed to rule, that they were usurping each other.
right, killing
Okay,
us.
they're poisoning each other. And I'm just like, dude, that's another day in paradise.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like, boo-hoo, what are you bitching about? You're a prince.
And you chose to leave.
Yeah, it's like,
You were the spare.
they didn't care.
Your brother has kids now who are the spares, right?
Yeah.
Move on. You know. I am mad about the way they treated Meghan and Archie and Lilibet. I don't like that. I think the racism is pathetic.
It is.
And it's pathetic in any family, and we've dealt with it ourselves. But yeah, it's just sad. Selena Gomez returned to social media. CNN is reporting. I didn't even know she was off social media. Did you know? Vic, did you know? So we missed the Golden Globes Monday night. And Jennifer Coolidge won Best Actress in a Dramatic Role.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. I was really proud of her. That's awesome. Yeah. Looks like White Lotus. I think White Lotus took home a lot of awards. Eddie Murphy was honored with, it's the Cecil B. DeMille Award. Did I get that right?
Joke.
His joke was priceless. I mean, it was so great. But sorry guys, the phone number. He's like, I'm on here, I'm accepting this award, and I'm going to keep Will Smith's MFing wife's name out of my mouth. And it was priceless. It really was, because are you leaving?
What are you doing? Just leaving video?
No, he signed out altogether, but that's all right.
Okay.
But it was funny that Meek Mill just got pardoned by Governor Tom Wolf of Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bet Nicki Minaj is happy.
Oh, is that her beau? Her boo? Right. Boo.
Didn't they having a kid? Isn't she
They have
pregnant?
2 kids?
Is it 2?
Do they?
They only have 1 kid.
They only have 1 kid. Okay. But anyway, going back to Eddie Murphy. it was funny.
Yeah.
And I love Eddie Murphy. I've loved Eddie Murphy from Saturday Night Live to 48
Raw.
Hours to Raw to
Golden Child.
Coming to America, he and Beverly Hills Cop. He has done amazing work. I mean, he really has.
Yeah.
In his personal life, it's not how I would have lived. But anyways, I can't judge. Right. But yeah, I was just proud to see him get that. And then Meek Mill got pardoned by Governor Tom Wolf of Pennsylvania for his, what was it, drug charges?
That was assault.
Firearms and drug charges. Yeah. So that's good. Stems from 2008 convictions. So congratulations to him. Would that happen for the rest of us? Probably not. Okay, so we took DNA tests that Big Red bought. And I came across this story this week on CNN.com, and I was kind of going, oh, that's fascinating. Julia Roberts had her family lineage done through genealogy. And come to find out, she's not really a Roberts. And neither is Eric, her brother, who used to be the master in the Doctor Who movie. Right, Thump? Right, Vic?
He was in somebody's music video.
Uh-huh.
What was it? Who was it?
Okay, how do I get rid of this dumb ad?
Wearing a smoking jacket or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember which one it is either. Okay, so so it's for a PBS series that's coming up called Finding Your Roots. Oh, it's already aired. Sorry. It was last Wednesday's episode. And she did a DNA swab as well. And it comes back that actually her great grandfather never married the mother, of the whatever. Okay, let me figure this out. Hold on. Let's see. So she was shared the news that her great grandfather Willis Roberts wasn't actually the grandfather. It was some gentleman named Mitchell Jr. Henry McDonald Mitchell Jr. So she's looking at the lady across the table. She's like, oh, so I'm not a Roberts. I'm a Mitchell. And it was just like, like when we got our DNA test back, we looked at each other and go, oh my gosh, we're African.
In Indian.
I'm not meaning to laugh. It's in every family. Okay. We all have it. And my grandfather, when he was alive, my grandpa Nichols used to make a joke that it's in every family. And I'm like, why would he joke about that? Because it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Look at Thomas Jefferson's ancestors. I mean, what show? Was it the PBS show or was it the one on TLC?
I don't know which one.
But there's thousands of them now.
You mean his descendants?
Yes. So
Sally Hemings.
there are little tiny kitten pawpaws coming in from underneath the door.
That's so great.
They're so cute.
Come here, Millie.
She's 7 months old and she's a riot. Come on, baby.
There you are.
There you go. She has the cutest meow, and she lets me know it every morning if I don't feed her on time. All right. But yeah, I find all these Ancestry and the one we did, what was it, CGI? We are not sponsored by them. We'd like to be sponsored by them, but we're not. Okay. We bought their tests, or my sister did, and I paid her back for mine. But anyways, but yeah, Germanic was what? I mostly am. And my maternal father's family came from Eastern Europe. And it just to be labeled Germanic kind of is weird to me because we came from Lithuania. So it's fascinating and the DNA stuff. And it actually had a lot of my disorders pegged correctly. So that was interesting. With all the testing I've been through in the past, let's see. That was diagnosed in 2016. So that long, 7 years.
Yeah, and I'm 2% Bengali.
That was interesting. Still is. Peekaboo Millie. She's staring at me. Cute little kitten face. She hasn't grown into her ears. So it's like, and she's not really growing that much anymore, but there's just like these big old ears and this little tiny head. It's just so cute. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations to Arthur, Seth MacFarlane's new buddy. Got a forever home this week. What a forever home. Yeah, that's interesting. I know T and Telly was talking about that last night. I was like, it was funny banter going back and forth between everybody who was a part of the cast and on the chat. And then I accidentally exited out and I'm like, you know what? I got stuff to do. I need to go. So, but yeah, I got to go back and watch her stuff and give a shout out to Katie at the Quantum Drive podcast. She actually, I can't talk today. We put out pictures and a TikTok on our upcoming trip this week to LA to see Seth perform. And she gave me a shout out back. She's like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I'm like, yeah. No, she's awesome. She and I are medical coders. So she's like a sister from another mister to me. So, but yeah, we will be leaving Wednesday. We have to drive to Kansas City to catch a plane. And we'll be hopefully in LA by 7 or 8 their time. Our time would be like 10. I've never had jet lag before. So we'll see how this goes. And we have a stupid 4-hour layover in Vegas.
We'll figure out something to do. But
yeah,
just to let everybody know, flying for me is a huge phobia.
I still have the fingerprints in my shoulders.
And that's a lot of the reason why Miss Ape over here hasn't got to travel. And so I'm going to try to make up for that.
Killer, right? The Flash, DC, pled guilty this week to unlawful trespassing in Vermont. So that was interesting.
Yeah, they're big on their trespassing.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I was kind of, with all the Bootsy, get down. Get down, Bootsy. It's one of those black cats acting out again. With all the brouhaha over him, right? It's just been insane. So I don't think it was worth cutting him or trying to cut him out of DC like they did Henry Cavill. Still mad about that. Eating a donut and I'm talking about a weight loss journey.
Sometimes you have to have.
I haven't had a donut in forever.
Yeah,
So.
just be careful so don't hurt your belly.
Yeah, no kidding, right? We don't go to Coachella, but I wouldn't mind going once.
They have a good artist playing.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like they've already released the names: Bad Bunny, Blackpink.
Oh,
I know. I'd like to go see them. Let's see. Who else did they say? Frank Ocean.
Bad Bunny sold $3 million of merchandise to San Antonio.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
That's insane.
It's all the Latinos down there, the Mexican people.
Wow. Let's see. Rosalia, Frank Ocean, Calvin Harris is going to be there. DJ Idris Alba.
What?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's dabbling.
Afrobeats legend Burna Boy.
Oh, okay.
The
rapper.
Muna. I know I'm saying that wrong.
Muna, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Probably a.
Ooh. The whole weekend ticket price this year is $4.99.
Okay.
Yeah. So
We
fascinating.
got $500
So-
to blow. There you go.
The first weekend is April 14th through the 16th. The second weekend is April 21st through the 23rd. And tickets are on sale now. So if you want to see all these people, and they may add more as we go, you better get your tickets now because Coachella sells out very fast.
You want to see some good music though? End of May, Memphis.
Yes.
Beale Street Music Festival. Usually 60 plus artists over a 3-day period. It is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Big names too. Lots of big names.
We are going to try to make it there, the whole family, and hit Lexington Comic-Con. Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I want to meet up with my girl Ranger and her daughter.
We get to meet them.
That's right. And I'm licking my fingers, and that's not very COVID friendly. But anyways, I'm at home, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so see what else is here. Kind of dragging it out. So there's like, I saw this article and I was like, yeah, that's true. So CNN has an article and it says a bizarre trend was 2022 the year of the cannibal in entertainment.
Oh.
They're not wrong. We had the Jeffrey Dahmer series, which I refuse to watch. Sorry.
Didn't want to see it either.
Those families deserve peace. What happened? This is my opinion, but I'm watching it. I don't do horror very well anyways. So we had the Jeffrey Dahmer piece. We had Sebastian Stan, who is the Winter Soldier in the MCU universe, and he is Tommy Lee in the Hulu series about him and Pam. He played in the show Fresh, and that was about a cannibal. And then there was Taylor Plessy Russell. Sorry, I can't read. I need new contacts. Okay, Taylor Russell, and she was in Bones and Alley, right? Is that right? Bones and Alley. And it was about a girl who had been raised as a cannibal. And some of the, I can't watch it. I can't do it. No. It's called Call Me by Your Name. That's the movie. Sorry, guys. My bad. You won't get me watching that.
We'll talk about, I mentioned this previously about the strange laws. There's only 2 states in the whole United States where cannibalism is illegal.
It's disgusting.
Everywhere else it's just frowned upon. It's like, what the hell?
They don't joke about Soylent Green for nothing.
No kidding. Jeez.
That's a big running thing in Nixon came back and oh God.
And what happened to all the damn anchovies? Huh?
Like the dodo bird, it went extinct. Okay. So, but that's a little bit of news of the week. Well, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. They revamped their page, so it's kind of nice. Since Discovery's taken over, they're doing a lot of different things. So, like there are more Republicans on CNN now than there ever has been.
But at least most of them are real Republicans.
Right. Oh, you guys went and saw Avatar. Yeah, The Way of Water, right? Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. So James Cameron was doing an interview and he confirmed that he will be doing 3 more movies for Disney because Disney bought the rights to Avatar. And it's got a lot of people upset. I don't know why. I've always
More
thought,
movies.
yeah, and they're James Cameron movies.
Yeah, no kidding.
The Abyss, Terminator, Titanic. Shoot. Ooh. Okay, that face was because I inherited my grandmother's table when my step grandmother passed away and my grandfather. And the chairs that originally came with it, because it was made in Germany, it's a classic, it's a relic. The chairs are falling apart. So if you hear creaking behind my butt, even though my butt is smaller now, don't be alarmed.
So say what butt?
Yeah. I'll talk about that here in a minute during our weight loss talk. But I'm just excited for more Avatar story. I just like Avatar. Like I watched it the other day with Gail and Vic. We really liked it. Weren't you watching it with us? You weren't? Oh, I thought you were there. I'm sorry. I'll have to watch that with you. Did you watch the first one? Oh, you have? Okay. But we'll still we can watch together. I don't mind. But yeah, James Cameron is a master at everything he does. He's one of the filmmakers I looked up to when I was going through film school because I love The Abyss. I think it's a great story and I think it's overlooked. So Angela Bassett, because Vic has seen Wakanda Forever. I have not.
I didn't get to see it.
You didn't go with them to the movies?
No.
I never got to take him.
No. I thought Mom took them.
No.
Oh, she took you to see a Avatar. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was supposed to take him for his
That's
birthday,
right.
and
Well, it's
I
coming out on
moved.
Disney Plus on the 1st. So
I moved and bought a car.
do you hear me?
Stuff.
Avatar's coming out. Or not Avatar. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is coming to Disney Plus February 1st. But Angela Bassett won a Golden Globe for it. And that's the first in the MCU. It's a first. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Okay. What else? A lot of chatter about the diversity of the globes. I thought it looked great. I mean, I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights. I thought, Austin Butler won a Golden Globe, and then unfortunately, Lisa Marie passes away the next day. I mean, I usually the Golden Globes predict the Oscars. Usually, the past few years, it hasn't.
Brad Pitt, that's the biggest one.
Well, and we're biased because he's from here in
Right,
Springfield.
but he won the Golden Globe and didn't get an Oscar, right? Am I right?
No, he did win he won both.
Oh, he won.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm.
So here I am eating in front of y'all. I'm talking about weight loss.
That's part of the weight loss journey. Sometimes you have to have some treats. I mean, it's
I
just
don't
part
get a
of-
donut ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. And these were good Krispy Kreme donuts.
Krispy Kreme.
Terrible. All right. Let's see. Let's look.
Really awesome.
Sometimes. I had a friend tell me, "Oh my God, you're just so best. You're just best." I'm like, no, don't say that. Did you like Zoe 101?
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Or was that Tony?
Had to be Tony. Was in his age group, I would think.
Well, they're getting ready to reboot it.
Oh.
And I thought it was weird this week. I'm like reading all the chatter. And I'm like, why the hell are they talking about the Zoe 101 sets? Because then it got into an Orville discussion about sets. And my friends are like, no, they can't dismantle those because they're poured concrete. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, but It looks like it's coming to Paramount Plus, and she's reprising her role.
Yeah.
And she was just on a show on Fox, or it's still going on. I forgot what it's called, but they're kicking their ass. It's like a survivalist show, and they're like dunking them in a, like, you're strapped into your car and you get swept away by water, and you have to learn how to get out of your car type stuff. That kind of stuff. So pretty interesting news there. Of course, Jennifer Coolidge won a Golden Globe for White Lotus. Of course, I love her in Two Broke Girls and Legally Blonde. Third movie's coming. So see what else.
There was a third movie, but it
Right, yeah. We don't talk about that one.
it's kind of like the Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
not Dukes of Hazzard.
we don't talk about
No.
Adam, that's who I forgot to mention. Adam Rich of Eight is Enough passed away this week, and it was the C word, and he was 54. Sorry, guys, I left him out. I apologize.
It's been years ago that Dick Van Patten passed, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course, I love him in all the Mel Brooks movies. Mervin, your name is Mervin.
Or the king in Spaceballs.
Yeah. Just lunch, gas, and tolls.
Lunch, gas, and tolls.
I got the car from my cousin. It was a very good deal. Oh.
The password is 1, 2, 3.
It's amazing. I have the same combination of my luggage.
Oh man!
And when Mel Brooks opens that can of like Perrier, priceless. So, we finished Willow.
Yes.
I did not like the way the first season ended.
Twisty.
I know, right? I did not like it. So I will watch the next season.
Oh, yeah.
I was just happy to see Warwick Davis back.
Oh yeah, Warwick Davis is.
I
awesome.
miss Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Poor
they're
Val.
trying so hard with Eric, their son. Eric is named after their friend that fought with them in the movie.
Hmm.
So, but I can't let this go by. That 90s show is coming to Netflix.
Oh yes.
And
Can't wait.
I mean, the only person that's not going to be there is his sister,
Yes.
because she passed away a long time ago. Oh, and just a quick, Shamar Moore is having a girl.
Oh, okay.
He's going to be a girl dad.
Okay.
So that's interesting, but
You're
yeah,
an old
okay.
girl dad.
You never know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So Ashton Kutcher and his beautiful wife, Mila Kunis, are coming back. Kurtwood Smith, who is my favorite president of the Federation in Star Trek 6, is coming back. Deborah Jo Rupp, the mom.
The one that is not is probably Danny Masterson.
Yeah.
Got into some hot water. Yeah.
Wilmer Valderrama has confirmed he's back.
Topher Grace.
Mm-hmm. Topher Grace. Boy, Topher Grace has got Home Economics is a really good show.
It is. I like
It's
it.
really funny. If you haven't watched that on ABC on Wednesday nights, you really need to watch it. It's really good. Let's see. There are new additions. What is her name? Played Donna, red hair, his girlfriend. I don't think she's coming back.
Hmm.
So there are 2 that are not coming back. Oh, 3, because the sister's gone and Danny Masterson's in
I
trouble.
wonder if they're going to bring Tommy Chong back.
They haven't said, are you okay, Bootsy?
You think with Steve gone,
Yeah,
maybe they wouldn't bring his dad back. I don't know.
I don't know. But I mean, it looks so good. I'm ready for it.
It's been so long since I've seen the 70s show.
Mm-hmm. I think those are on Netflix.
We need to binge that.
Yeah. So, let's see.
They tried to do an 80s show and it didn't work because the Goldbergs is so good.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't compete with the Goldbergs.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff coming. I mean, Disney Plus alone. Renew the Orville. It ended in August and we don't have a renewal yet. I mean, how stupid is this?
Well, they're
If
going to
who-
do something dramatic. I mean, it's
Well,
got.
they're asking them to take a budget cut, is
Right.
what they're doing. And I say, no, write a damn blank check.
Right.
But anyways, they don't listen to us
Why didn't he
fans.
take some of that money he's got and put into it?
Oh, he does. Come on. Of course, he's finishing up. He's in post-production on Ted, the series for Peacock. So that's the finish up to news of the week.
Okay.
If you have any news you want to share with us, oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
Nope, we got to go back.
Uh-oh. Oh, please.
Ranger sent me something,
Oh.
and it was about the MCU. So let me get back in. Sorry, Ranger. Oh, and it's 11/11.
Oh, boy.
It is.
I know.
Angel numbers. That was Grandpa's joke. So Big Red and I, in our last podcast, we talked about angel numbers. And when our grandfather passed away, it was 11/11. And it seems like since then, that's all we catch. 222, 11/11, 1/11. I mean, it's really weird how the angel numbers keep coming up. We don't know why, but anyways. Okay, where are you, Twitter? Here's a kitty messing around again. Oh my. Fun never stops at my Mombie house. All right. I'm getting there. Should have had it up already. It's really funny to hear these cats do this stuff. Bear's over here sleeping on a Christmas tote, being a good boy. Except we just found out he pooped in the floor. Okay. No, they were talking last night on Tea and Telly about how black cats are lucky. And when I grew up, they weren't.
No.
And nobody wanted a black cat.
Well,
And we had, when I first met Dave, he got 2 litter mates, and they were black. And they were the sweetest girls that we ever adopted.
Pixie and Dick.
Pixie and Dixie. And we we named them Pixie and Dixie because they were twins. They were both black and cute. And then in our first apartment, we had a mouse that would come from the basement up through the rock under our air conditioning unit and out the window. And we called him Mr. James.
Yeah, Mr. G.
So,
But like that over here.
yeah. But unfortunately, we had to take our girls to the Humane Society because they were trying to sleep with Tony too many times. They were destroying, I didn't prepare them good enough. And I regret that. I regret it. I called my mom and dad freaking out because I caught Pixie, who I think is Shimmer now. But anyways, I won't go into that. But Pixie was sleeping right next to Tony's head in the bassinet, and I freaked out. So, but then we adopted Shadow, and he was a neighborhood cat, and we moved and we couldn't take him with us. So that really hurt. We had to rehome him. And then Bear was found under a dumpster with his brother, and his brother was deceased. Their mama had abandoned them. And so our neighbor had lost her house and had him in a carrier, or was it a box?
No, it was a carrier.
It was a carrier. And it was getting ready to storm.
Oh, it was storming.
Oh, it was, yeah. And Dave went
flooding
out
the
there.
yard.
Yeah, Dave went out there and he almost drowned. And and he had to be, I think Dr. B said he was like 5 weeks
He
old.
was little.
He was so tiny and he was so worm infested. Dr. B didn't think that he was going to survive. And lo and behold, we call him the Black Panther today.
He's a big tom.
I actually weighed him this week. He's 20 pounds and he's 2. So he is a lover. He is sweet and he acts like the dad to everybody. It's so cute to see. And then we found Bootsy and he was under a bush out at our South Sam's Club. And we had gone out there that day because I was sick and I had to go get something to help me. It was at that pharmacy. We were picking up something. And I saw we were going to turn left out onto the road. And there's these nice decorative bushes. And the grass was high. And I look over, and Dave and I were talking. I look over and I see these 2 big old ears. I'm like, And I look over and this cute little head pops up and it's Bootsy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why is that cat there? And then he rolled into the street and I'm like, ah! Yeah. And I said, oh my God, he fell in the road. And there was a car coming. And so I pull over and he runs right back into the bush and he is just crying his little heart out. So Dave, being awesome, and he's the cat whisperer, jumps in the bush, and there's juniper bushes behind the other ones. And so he's got barbs all up and down his arms. And I just bought our other cat, Shimmer and Sparkle. No, Bear. Sparkle had passed away already, but I bought them food out there at Sam's. And so I went and grabbed a can of turkey Fancy Feast, and I opened it and I sat it down. And the next thing I know, here comes Bootsy trotting out, eating. And oh my gosh, guys, he was like this big. He was so tiny. He was 4 weeks old. He had to be.
Yeah, he's only 8 or 9 ounces, probably not even a pound.
What pisses me off is people are dumping, well, Bear's a different story, but they're dumping male black cats. And Bootsy's not entirely black. He's a tuxedo. So he's got the little white paws and little white toe beans and white whiskers. He's really cute.
Patch on his chest.
Yeah, patch on his chest. But then last summer, I'm sorry, I'm on a soapbox, but I have to get it out because I love animals. And that's one of my causes. I donate to a lot of our no-kill shelters. Actually, all of our shelters here in Southwest Missouri are no-kill.
Good.
Thank you. I'm getting into religion, and we don't talk about that, but coming from the Christian background and what we're taught from the Bible, it's our responsibility to care for animals, not abuse them,
Responsibly care for them.
not neglect them, I couldn't stand our neighbor when we lived. We had a neighbor down the street that had beagles for hunting, left those poor babies out in the cold. And anyways, I drove by there the other day and I guess he passed away because the house was boarded up and abandoned. So, but then this last summer, getting back to that story, I went out to get the mail and a box that was on the front porch, and I hear this kitten crying, and it's Butters, my sister's cat that she adopted. And oh my God, he was so cute. He's a little ginger and he was tiny. I think he was 5 weeks old and just crying his little head off. So I ran inside and got a can of food and some water because it was really hot that last summer. We were in the hundreds for days. And we were in a flash drought. And so he comes out and he's cute and he's eating. So I scoop him up, take him inside because we had the air conditioner on, put him in I had to throw one of them away, but we have playpens for kittens and puppies. And we had one because we had just finished with Bootsy and we'd let him out. And I hear another kitten crying. And I'm going, okay, well, where's this baby at? And I'm looking everywhere, and I start walking down the street, and I was on lunch, and I had a meeting coming up at work that I had to go back to. And I walk down the street, and I'm barefoot, which I shouldn't have been. And I look up in my neighbor's tree, and there's Millie. And she's crying her little head off. And my neighbors aren't home because I walked up to their door, and I rang their ring doorbell, and I said, you guys have a kitten under your tree. I'm going to try to fish her down. And they're like, well, we watched our dog chase her up the tree. And I'm going, what? And I'm like, great. And she's like, our friend came over and put the dog away, so you won't have any trouble if you want to go get her out of the tree. And I'm like, okay. So I grab another can of food and open it. And here she comes down the tree limb, and she just sat like, where they branch off. She just kind of sat there and licked out of the Friskies can. And that's what I went, yoink, like I did Bootsy. And I just grabbed her and I held her close, and I ran back home and went to my meeting. But if I find any more kittens this summer, I swear to God, they must know that we are loving people, because we keep finding them. Oh, Bootsy. Uh-oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. But we're blessed to have really good pets. Bear has his moments, but we get through it, And Shimmer's our grand dame. She's almost 7. And she was the only normal one besides Sparkle that we adopted. The other 3 are rescues. What are you eating? No, don't eat that.
Poor Sparkle.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Sparkle had pica, where she ate non-food things. And unfortunately, it ruptured her intestines. And there was nothing Dr. B could do. She was beautiful, beautiful calico. I never had a calico, and she had the coolest tail I'd ever seen on a cat. And she was so loving. She tried so hard to make Shimmer love her.
No.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, her mom, Miss Stash, has a mustache, and she had one. And it was really cute because as she grew, it got longer. And she was just adorable, and I miss her terribly.
Yes, I miss her too.
Yeah, she was a good girl. But we love animals except spiders and scorpions. No, I'm okay with snakes. You're not.
I don't like the venomous ones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Gail's been asking for a frog. Really? Thanks, Big Red. No. Ribbit. But we're animal lovers. It's one of the charity, philanthropy that we I do at work. I actually got an email the other day for the food harvest. They're actually looking for people to come pack backpacks. I don't know if I
ever get to the stuff Ranger said there.
No, I'm sitting there talking about animals, trying to find Ranger's email. I get sidetracked. Okay, let's see here. So Ranger Amp 77, who is my buddy, one of my Orville buddies and my Babylon 5 buddy, sent me an article. Where did it go? Oh, it's not on here. It's on Discord. Crap. Shoot. I don't have Discord on here. Wait. Yeah, I do. Hold on. Hold, please.
These are all these platforms I know nothing about.
I know. Oh God, the social, Katie on Quantum Drive was talking about it the other day, because I started listening to them and they were doing like an introductory episode. And I was like, she kept saying, I have to post here and I have to post there. And I play on Twitch. And I'm like, oh my God, Becky, I do a lot of uploading every day. I mean, my personal account on Twitter alone has over 90,000 tweets. And I was like, I'm shocked that they're not asking me to archive like a lot of it, because I've heard they're doing that to people. And I haven't heard. What I'm most mad about right now is they took away my Twitter Blue. I paid for that. I want it back. I like my edit button. Come on, Discord, open. But anyway, she sent me this article and it's about the MCU. And I didn't get it all read. But it looked really fascinating. And of course, her lovely daughter loves Elizabeth Olsen. So I get I get a lot of pictures of her a lot. And they are gorgeous pictures. Elizabeth Olsen is amazing. Okay, why won't I need my mouse? WandaVision. It's sad that was just a limited run series. So anyways, it was an article about the MCU, and I meant to read it today and I got sidetracked playing a game. Sorry, ladies. But her daughter sends me the cutest Elizabeth Olsen pictures that it just cracks me up because she just really likes her. And I really like these ladies. We're hoping Sci-Fi Mombie gets to take a field trip to Lexington Comic-Con. Actually, I want to go to San Diego.
Well, you're going to Los Angeles.
Yeah, I get to go to LA. Yeah. You know, my aunt lived in LA for years, you know, and I never got to go. Of course, my mom and dad could never afford that kind of thing growing up. Normally, we would go to Texas or Michigan or 88 miles to the northwest.
Yeah.
No,
Waynesville.
yeah, northeast. Sorry, to St. Robert, because that's where my grandfather lived. He was a drill sergeant in the Army, and his last posting was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and so that's where, that's where he bought a home and a piece of land, and that's where he lived until he died. And I miss him every day. It's kind of hard sometimes for me to watch Swamp People.
Yeah.
Troy Landry talks the way my grandfather talked. And okay, Ranger, I'll have to do this next week, or we'll do it on our own little special. We have she and I are going to do, she was supposed to be on with us doing the politics and the religion episodes of the taboo subjects, taboo hot topic. We just couldn't make our schedules mesh. So we're going to go ahead and do that anyways. I think I'm going to have her on. She was in the process of nutrition, and I need to get a hold of Donna Webb too. Because I'd like to have an interview with her. Because I had a nutritionist when I worked for Cox Health, and she was there. And she ran the wellness program and the diabetes program, and it helped me a lot. And she was such a big supporter. And it was really weird there for a while. We were seeing each other in public, it seemed like every day. I think she's still around. I'm going to try to get a hold of her. She was on Caller 10 in the mornings, bringing helpful food hints and recipes and stuff like that for the morning show, which I don't watch anymore. Sorry, guys. CNN has my attention, but I'm about to leave CNN behind. They're just getting too center right. Yeah, there's a lot of Republicans coming on lately. Just don't bring back Rick Santorum, please. For the love of God, don't bring him back. Or David Urban. Anyways.
I don't like Scott Jennings either.
Well, I can tolerate Scott Jennings. And here we are talking about something we don't talk about. But I guess it's media. It's a part of the television landscape. So
yeah. Cable news.
Yeah. that never ends. It is a song that never ends. It just seems like when CNN went online, it was the first of its kind.
Oh yeah.
24-hour news cycle. And now it's a huge ass monster.
It's really funny to see their hairdos from the 80s. It's so funny.
Yeah. All right. So since I can't review that article with y'all this week, we'll do it soon. Because my computer is being a little bitch and installing updates. All right. So moving on, we're going to go into the hot topic of the week. And we're continuing our new series entitled We're Not Professionals, but you can, right?
We're not qualified.
Oh, that's right. See, I even said it wrong on the promo this week. We're not qualified, but you can ask us anyways. Series. And we started with mental health, but now this week we're going to share a little bit about ourselves and our weight loss journey. And last week we started with mental health because after COVID, everybody needs somebody to talk to. We talked about therapy and we're all in therapy and it seems like COVID pulled, we had to be distanced and we were all online. And let me tell you, last year, what I went through sucked. We're still working on our marriage. I'm taking my time as per my therapist. I just want to make sure I do it right this time and not be, I want it to be a lasting relationship and not rush like we did the first time. Yeah. We met on October 25th, 1998. He made me my sandwich because he worked at Subway. And I came back the next week, made me my sandwich again with my buddy Robbie. Hey, Rob, love you.
Right.
Miss you. You live too far away.
We want to come visit you.
Yes. I want a vacation to Vermont.
Stay in a bed and breakfast.
Yeah. But we got engaged on my birthday that year.
It was December 12th.
And then 6 months later, we were married because that was the only time my aunt and uncle from Michigan were going to be rolling through. And my cousins were my flower girls and they all had, and Valerie sang and they all had roles in my wedding, our wedding, sorry. And
that was your wedding.
Well,
yeah, right.
Isn't it? I wasn't a bridezilla, I could tell you that.
No.
My mom was more the bridezilla than anything.
And her mom didn't think I was going to show up.
Yeah.
But anyway.
My weight was a factor in that wedding.
Yeah.
I have horrible looking arms. Okay. So I had, we both do. I had to wear a long sleeve dress in the middle of summer.
And the air conditioner.
And the air conditioner broke. It was a fun time. But we're still working on it. But moving on. This week, we're going to talk about ourselves and we're going to talk about our weight loss journey. And it's been a bumpy ride, an interesting and bumpy ride. Dave is an excellent cook. Dave was 2 classes away from your full certified chef. Sorry, guys, excuse me. He does hold Serve Safe. He did
the management.
Yeah, he did get a promotion. He's almost the general manager of Papa John's here in Springfield on Kearney. Order pizza. Keep them all employed. Tip your driver.
Yes, please.
Please
tip the driver.
Please tip your driver. Or even your in-store people.
Yeah, sure.
Because our son works there too. The first thing you ever made me, besides a sandwich, was lasagna. And Dave makes good lasagna. But his mother, biological mother, begged us for years, get the weight off. Don't be like me. She passed away in 2006, right before Alex was born. Victor, sorry, was born.
At the age of 53.
She was 53. She had really bad diabetes, really bad. And she just couldn't recover.
Congestive heart failure.
Mm-hmm. And so we enabled each other.
Yes.
There was a point in our marriage, because we were trying to numb everything around us, that we were eating 10,000 calories or more a day.
Yes.
I know I put away several bags of Starburst jelly beans by myself.
In the little candy bars.
Yeah.
Just sit and just binge on.
Where you're supposed to have like three
of them.
we would split a bag and eat it all.
Or we'd have our own bag.
Yeah.
Some days we'd have our own bag.
Easter.
Oh my God.
Christmas. Halloween.
Thanksgiving. I mean.
The sale the day after at Walgreens.
Oh my God. I would find myself going in there just buying an armload of stuff just because it was on sale.
And it wasn't just us. Our kids ate it too.
Yes, they did.
And Victor, unfortunately, we soothed his middle child syndrome with food.
Yes.
It started with chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It still happens today. So, but Dave had high blood pressure. You still kind of do.
I do.
And he was having trouble finding the right medicines to keep it low. He almost stroked out 3 times.
I ended up in the hospital once.
Yeah. I was having digestive problems, and I felt like my sister said she has fibromyalgia, and David's aunt does. And I was thinking, and his sister, and I was listening to their stories, and I'm going, I hurt all the time. Bear. No, Bear. Good boy. Being ornery again.
Mm-hmm.
But I was hurting all the time. My joints felt stiff, and I didn't know what was going on. My asthma was bad. I mean, I was over 400 pounds, 407 to be exact. And Dave's highest weight was 423. Yeah. And
there were a lot of emotional factors involved.
There was. And we're dealing with those today as well.
Yes.
But I went to an immunologist, allergist, Dr. Lee at Farrell Duncan. She's amazing. If you need an allergist or immunologist here in Springfield, look her up. She's fabulous. She helped me. We had to go all the way to the Mayo Clinic to figure out what was wrong with me. Because I had friends at church, and I had my own family telling me I was a hypochondriac. And it made me mad, because I'm like, no, I'm not making this up. I have diarrhea every day. Thank God I worked at home with United Healthcare when I finally got diagnosed, but I didn't have that when I worked at the hospital system I used to. I missed a lot of work because I was sick all the time. And I tried everything before I saw Dr. Lee. I would remove foods. Like, I have an egg sensitivity. When vaccines were made from eggs, I would have a welt the size of Rhode Island on my shoulder. I mean, it never failed. Like, they, when I first started working there, and I just found out I was pregnant with Autumn, they did a rubella test on me because everybody had to be tested. The next day, I couldn't move my arm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had to go get help. I mean, it was scary.
Yeah.
And, being 6-7 weeks pregnant, you're kind of like, oh my God, what's it doing to my baby? But she's fine. You
Yeah.
heard her earlier.
She was the easiest one even.
Yeah. So, but I had PCOS anyways, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that plays hand in hand with prediabetes and thyroid issues. I don't have the thyroid issues, but I had the prediabetes. It's in my family, both sides. And it doesn't, okay, this is a myth, guys. It doesn't skip generations. It doesn't. Because my mom and dad are dealing with it themselves. But I finally found out what was wrong with me. And I have cutaneous mastocytosis. And that's where my body and my bone marrow overproduce mast cells, which are the cells that are for your allergy and histamine combatants. And they don't know why. They don't know why it happens. Just does. I have an egg sensitivity. I can't eat bread. There's 2 reasons now why I can't eat bread. I mean, you can eat bread, okay?
Yeah, but
It
gotta be
bothers
toasted
you.
and,
Yeah.
you know,
See, I can eat bread sometimes, but it's not toasted. I'm okay, and then the next day I'm not.
like if I ate like a hamburger bun that wasn't toasted, I would be rolling on the
Mhm.
floor.
But if the mast cells aren't gotten rid of out of your body fast enough, mine decide to attack my joints. And there are days where I used to get up being over 400 pounds and I couldn't move. It was awful.
I can relate.
I can only eat chocolate like every once in a while. Even dark chocolate bothers me now, where it didn't used to. But Dr. Lee sat me down and she's like, you do realize you've got to lose weight. That's the only way to combat this really well. I went ahead and had a hysterectomy because I didn't know if I was ever going to get the weight off. And Cox wasn't offering medical weight loss at that time, like I championed United for, and got it back for us. But
You should have seen her.
I was breathing down their neck every day. Give us our benefit. I was the first one to have medical weight loss surgery in 2019.
You were the first in 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One of my big bosses in the department I used to work in, she was the last one to have it.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
I do have to say though, I was one of those people back in the day who did say stuff about you being a hypochondriac, and knowing what I know now, I'm very sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's in the past and we're moving forward. And
I just need to recognize the things.
I'm terrible at this, but I have FOMO all the time. And if I don't prove it with research, because my grandfather told me to get the knowledge, to back yourself up, that was always his thing with me and Big Red. If I can't prove you wrong, I'm mad. And that's a bad way to be, and I'm working on it.
I don't think it's about proving other people wrong. You just have to prove everybody that you're right.
That's the other side of it too, because I don't like to be wrong. I don't like to be wrong. I want to see the good in everybody too, but we all know that's not possible sometimes, especially after what happened last summer. Boy, that's been a very hard. Okay, but I got diagnosed and I started losing weight, and United offered, not only did I go home to work, which was fabulous because the boys were having behavior issues, but I got to work out, and they offered Real Appeal. And you get all this really cool swag. You get a scale, and you get measuring cups, and you get measuring spoons, and workout DVDs. But I didn't like their workout DVDs. And I had been introduced to Leslie Sansoni, Walk at Home, back when I worked at Cox. Donna introduced us to her. because what's the company she made the walking off the pounds video for? The is it Bear? The diabetes meter, glucose meter, actually sponsored that version of the, yeah, okay. So I loved it. And then I started working up to her higher DVDs, and nobody had to watch me work out. I have a phobia about that. You know, it's like we got a membership to Doling Community Center. We couldn't afford it sometimes, but
I use it for the pool.
yeah, we used it for the pool more than we used it for the weight room. I just don't like people staring at me. Like we got a membership to Ozarks Fitness Center, and they were mean to us. Well, you guys are just so fat. Why are you here? Yeah, this is a fitness center. That's why we're here.
You know, I've always hated it going to a place like that because the personal trainers were always dismissive, like, yeah, they would go through the motions and show you the stuff, but they didn't figure like you were going to do it anyway. So they just kind of fluff you off. And it's like, you know, you should treat us different because we really need this. But you're waiting for that hot chick to come through the door so you can go ogle on her instead of trying to help somebody that needs help.
Every time we came in and we were a little bit behind on our payment, they wouldn't see us until we would make a payment. And it was only like a day late.
That's just.
So, yeah, I mean, we had bad experiences with weight loss centers, but I slowly started losing weight, and I was coming to find out that United had taken away our benefit. And they would have rather sent us through that Real Appeal program than weight loss surgery. So I championed and got it back. And I lost 100 pounds on my own to get the surgery in December 2019. So it's been 3 years, and I've struggled. I'm not going to lie. I've been very unhappy for a long time, and I didn't bother to reach out to get the help I needed. I thought there was nothing wrong with me. I'm doing the right things for my life and my family, and this is just how you're supposed to be. Boy, was I wrong. And it's been rough, and I'm still, I unfortunately, I grew up as a fat kid. I was always tormented because of my weight. And when I still carry that with me today, when somebody hurts me, I just don't want anything to do with you anymore. And I've been feeling that way. So I have to work through those feelings. But Dave had weight loss surgery in October of 2018. So he had it a year before me. He almost died because of a nurse. And I think you're glad you did it.
Oh yeah, I did. I know. I didn't realize that the way I acted the morning after affected you in the way it did, because I always knew it was because I was scared because I almost died.
Yeah. And I didn't get a phone call.
And the way I handled it wasn't good. I didn't handle it right. And it really affected you because I was mean to you. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't you. It wasn't personal. I was scared to death. I mean, I literally woke up to them slapping me in the face, asking me, "Are you with us? Are you with us?" And just smack. I mean, literally smacking me in the face. And when I finally came to, they're like, "Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God." And then they started telling me, "We couldn't find a heartbeat. We couldn't find, your blood pressure and all this stuff." And I'm like, and then he comes to, "Well, I'm sorry, but give you medication too close together. We're going to have to give you Narcan, and you can't have any more pain medicine for 4 hours. Here's an ice pack. Good luck." And then the next morning she comes in And I just flip out and I'm like, why did I do this? You know, why did you have me do this? Because I'm like, I almost died. And now that I know how you felt about it, it's just, I just wish I could change it. There's so many things I wish I could change.
And there were differences in both of our programs. I had to go to St. Louis because that's where the Center of Excellence for Medical Weight Loss Surgery was at the time for United Healthcare. And Dr. Egan, shout out. He's a good doctor. I had a reaction to the anesthetic. I had urinary retention and I couldn't go to the bathroom. It was freaky. They had to recatheterize me and everything.
The first lady was new and she'd never put one in before.
Well, she caused me some damage.
Yeah, she damaged the urethra. Sure.
And we won't go into that, but it was interesting. Not only did it snow on the way up there, but it was like 8 inches, and we were kind of like, they were kind of keeping us in the hospital for the urinary problem I was having, and then I was kind of having blood sugar issues.
Mm-hmm.
Never had those before. So we get home and, we're both now have gastric sleeve, and the weight started coming off really well. And then we got unhappy and we went back into our old routine because
the stuff I used to cook,
started
eating candy again.
Mm-hmm. And stuff that doesn't keep you full, like protein. I was putting in my mind, oh, hey, I'm drinking 3 shakes a day. I can go ahead and have some Reese's peanut butter cups. They're protein.
Mm.
They're not protein. So last year really opened. Actually, when did the end of 21? I ballooned back up to 300 pounds. And my surgeon was frustrated with me. He's like, you know what? You need to go see a medical weight loss doctor. And I'm like, why? He's like, because the other alternative I have for you is the full bypass. And I said, I'm not going back under the knife. I said, if I'm going under the knife, you're removing my skin. I said, I'm not doing it. Because we have a friend that had it done, and she hasn't gained all of her weight back, but she's done some interesting things, like she can drink soda with it.
Right.
And
I can. I know that you think
it hurts me.
It doesn't anymore.
Oh, it still hurts me. Like Dirt let me try one of her monsters the other day. Oh no, Red Bull. And I was like, oh,
Red Bull's gonna keep.
God, that hurts. Yeah, I know. Well, I was being bad and drinking Diet Coke there for a while.
Yeah.
And
I got almost 300 again. I was at 280.
Yeah, we were both ballooning back up, and we went to see Dr. Reeds. Shout out, Dr. Reeds, you're amazing. And I looked at him and I said, we can't do this anymore. I said, we have to change. I said, I am not happy. And we did. You are at 203 now.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I'm at 242. Yeah. I have 42 pounds to go to my goal weight. And then Dr. Reeds promised me I could have my skin removed. So
I got plenty of skin to get removed too.
Let me tell you, buying the outfits to go see Seth MacFarlane sing was amazing. We can walk in a store now. I can wear a 1X. Okay, so my mom bought these jeans at the outlet store in Lebanon, but they're clearly marked wrong. They say 22 petite, but they're already baggy. I haven't had them for a week?
Yeah.
They were tight when I bought them, but I've lost more weight since then. But just to walk, I actually ordered a dress off of Shein. I don't know if you guys heard of them. We are not sponsored by them. They don't help us with anything. I'm just saying where I bought a dress from. And it told me, well, with your size, with your dimensions, you need to order a 4X. So I did. It's too big. It's too big. I mean, I'm kind of like, I have a scar. I know you all seen it. I had my chest cracked open in 2007 to remove my thymus gland. And that's a part of my immunology problem. It was, okay, we won't talk about it. We won't go there. I contracted MRSA staph. And I lost my job. I couldn't hold my infant son for a long time. But you know what? It's a great learning experience. But anyways, so I need to have my mom help me with my dress. But having to revamp your diet and write everything down. Like, I don't write everything down now because I know I'm drinking 2 to 3 shakes a day. I'm having a half cup of cottage cheese sometimes, and then maybe I'll have the rest of my keto pizza bowl from Papa John's and then a sensible dinner. And I'm not cracking 1,200 calories. Like, and then to make up the calories, I'll have a Greek yogurt parfait. And I have found the most killer protein granola ever. And it's made by Nature Valley. They make 2 kinds. One is oat and honey, like the original bars, but it's high protein. And then they make a cranberry oat and honey. Oh man, it's good.
Really good.
Really good. But we got in a kick over this summer of Sam's Club has unflavored Greek yogurt cheap. And all you gotta do is mix some Splenda into it. And you've got vanilla. And some vanilla. My mom buys the really good Mexican vanilla.
Shout out to Dancy, by the way.
Yeah, Dancy, thank you. We're not sponsored by them. I have to keep saying that disclaimer, by the way.
All right.
Okay, so we wouldn't mind you sponsoring us.
Yeah, you all español.
Yeah. But I wasn't eating enough, and I wasn't hungry. And I'm on phentermine. My insulin resistance was getting so bad, and that is pre-diabetes, that I just wanted to eat all the time. And so I am on bupropion, which is Wellbutrin for binge. I have binge eating disorder, and I didn't realize I had it my whole life. When I would be picked on, food never talked back. Food was there. And my dad liked to take Little Debbie snack cakes in his lunches every day.
I used to sneak food. If I got caught, I got in trouble. But I mean, I do the same thing. I dealt with the same thing at school. The kids were mean, picking on me for my weight. And then I go home and I had an asshole dad that wanted to beat the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I love candy. Candy was my thing. I mean, especially anything chocolate. I mean, if there was anything chocolate in the house, I would get in trouble. I wouldn't care. I would just eat it.
And Mom was really big growing up that we had dessert and ate Hamburger Helper. And there was always Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper in the fridge. And soda up until I quit in 2016, didn't I?
Yeah.
Until 2 years ago, I started drinking it again.
Yeah, every once
year
in
and a
while
half.
I have it, yeah.
It tastes like shit now. Okay.
Because of the phentermine.
Yeah. Phentermine will make food taste weird. It's a good thing. Like, this tastes good. Meh. So, the bad food tastes like shit, but the stuff that's better for you doesn't taste as bad.
Yeah, we didn't say a shout out to my surgeon, Dr. Woods.
Yeah, Dr.
He's
Woods is awesome.
Army veteran, Army surgeon from the Iraq War. I couldn't have asked for a better.
He is amazing. If you need any kind of general surgery, go see Dr. Timothy Woods at Farrell Duncan Clinic.
He repaired a hernia for me.
Yes.
Too, so.
Yeah, he's a good doctor. Dr. Olive did your first one though, didn't he?
Yes.
Dr. Olive did my gallbladder. He's
Mine
amazing. He's at Crichton, Olive, and Dunn. Dunn, right?
Right about, yeah.
Dunn, right.
But little disclaimer, he's a little Gomez
Eccentric.
Adamish, and he's a little strange.
Eccentric. Or no, eclectic.
Eclectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helps if I speak English. But the difference between Dave and I prepping for this surgery really pissed Dave off.
Yeah. Yeah.
His surgeon made him go on a shake diet 3 weeks,
3 weeks.
3 weeks before surgery. So he would drop an extra 50 pounds around his liver.
I lost 80.
And he ended up losing 80. I didn't have to do that. I had to lose weight, don't get me wrong, but I didn't have to do the shake diet, but I was already doing the shake diet with Dave because it actually turned my mastocytosis around. And I was working out so hard because Leslie Sansoni had released Miracle Miles. That program is so much fun, and it was worth it to lose it that way. It really pushed me to do the right things.
I'll have to say though that Dr. Woods said that the people rarely do exactly what he prescribed to do, and he said most of the time he still has a little problem with their liver, and mine was no problem whatsoever.
Well, and Dave would call like every day also, and he was like hangry. He's like, I've got to do, can you give me something? What can I do? Eat a pickle.
Eat a pickle. Yeah, that's what I could do.
I was already on weight loss drugs because I was going through United's medical weight loss program up in Kansas City. So, I mean, we did so much fucking traveling.
Yes, between Kansas City and St. Louis.
I mean, what was it we were driving? We
Was it
traded in.
Mazda? Was it the Mazda?
No. Oh, your red van died.
Yeah, that's right.
And we only had one car, and trying to go back and forth with a Mazda 5 and 5 people in it was torture. So we had to buy a new van. And I had never been down I-70. And we had to go from St. Louis to Kansas City the next morning.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So that I could get to the medical weight loss for United's appointment. I tell you, that stretch of road is bullshit.
Yes, it is.
I think I-44 sucks sometimes, but I drive it a lot. I-70 is worse. And it's a major interstate. Like, I mean, 44 is too, but that's like 70 across the country is like the lifeblood.
That goes from St. Louis to Denver, right?
No, it goes from the east to the west coast.
70 then?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes all the way to San Francisco.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So just like I-10. I-10 for the southern country of our country is lifeblood. So like the 101 in California.
That's the alternative route to Hawaii. So.
We love, okay, it's a running joke for us here at Mombie because there was a Chevy commercial when we were kids where they made a joke, and I forgot who. It's a black actor.
Or said you point to
No. But he always joked, yeah, you know, I-10 goes all the way to Hawaii.
Mm.
Yeah, sure it does. So, this surgery is not an easy button.
No. Mm-mm.
There are many times, and I have a running prescription for Zofran.
Mm.
Because if I eat too fast, I drink water too much, I still get nauseated. And Dave smoked marijuana for a long time to help with his nausea. Because promethazine never worked sometimes.
Yeah, not with this.
Yeah. I mean, guys, they take your stomach and ours was overstretched.
Oh yeah, they cut a lot. They took a lot.
And
of
it
stuff.
goes down to a medium-sized banana. And those are small. You could only hold about an ounce of food, and you have to eat uber slow.
Yeah.
And for people like Dave's getting his teeth worked on. It's torture trying to chew protein without teeth. I mean, there were times where he would get stuck, and oh God, I was so worried about him. And he'd go somewhere and unfortunately throw it up. You lost most of your weight that first year.
Yeah, because I got
You
sick
couldn't
and
eat.
I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
I got down to like 190 something. And then
197.
When I could eat, I ate back up to 280 almost. And then.
And I got to tell you, buying the protein alone, regular protein to eat with your family, like beef and chicken and turkey and pork and whatever, fish, whatever protein you choose, is expensive enough. Imagine having to lump protein shakes.
Okay.
And I was drinking Protein 2.0. Love you guys. Still drink them. I mean, that was an added, and especially now, I still drink Premier Protein. Love you guys, by the way. A box of 15 at Sam's Club now is like $27. But when we started, it was 14.
Right. And it was only 12.
Yeah. But now, even if you go to Walmart for their box of 12, because they're selling them in Walmart,
$23.
no, 26.
26.
It's gone up $3 more. I love, what is it called? Think IQ. Is that what they're called? Think. They make these killer protein bars that are like dessert. They have a chocolate mousse one. They have a peanut butter pie one and a lemon one. I don't like lemon. But that's $9 a box for 6.
I know it's expensive. There's 5.
There's 5. There's 5. And I think it's bad because, you have to learn to eat different.
Yeah.
And you have to find stuff that tastes good to you. And that's hard.
And then on top of that, with my issue, I have to not only be able to eat different, but also be able to eat stuff that I can chew.
Yeah.
So
it's been a struggle. And trying to buy fresh fruits and vegetables in this environment.
And the protein, like you said, anything good for you is more expensive than the crap food.
Yeah, it's insane. We quit here at the Mombie house because Dave and I are separated and we live separate. I quit buying beef. I took a suggestion from my weight loss doctor, and I kid you not, I shit you not, my good cholesterol finally came up.
Well, if you look at my freezer, all I got is ground turkey and fish.
That's all we eat. Like, we had pork chops tonight, but they were lean.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They barely had any like dark meat on them.
Well, the one you got didn't have it, but
yeah. And we've really, like, we had tuna casserole for the first time in a long time.
And this one over here got me to eat fish that wasn't fried.
I'm good. I kept telling him, I'm like, you're going to like it if you cook it like this, if you cook it in butter, if you put Mrs. Dash on it, you're going to love it. Lemon pepper. I said, try it. I still can't get him to eat the pouch Star-Kissed flavors.
Well, I'll eat it.
Do you? I mean, you should be eating that now. It's easy to chew.
Yeah, I should take some to work because I'm tired of the crap at work.
Yeah.
Even the chicken.
Oh, man. If you guys haven't seen them, they also make chicken. I can't eat canned food. It raises my mast cells and my histamine levels, and I hurt for days. And I'm on Tylenol and a muscle relaxer. I'm no longer on high-powered pain meds. That's how great. I'm no longer on blood pressure medicine. My doctor, this last week, I have a new doctor. He was by PCP. He was worried about my blood pressure being too low.
I wish that was my.
And I looked at him and I said, "Are you kidding?" I said, "This is great for me." I said, "I've never had this." So, but we all America needs to lose some weight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look from the 1970s, you can pinpoint it when they started using fructose corn syrup in the freaking soda pop. Not only that, the portions for everything is just ballooned up. I mean, in the 1970s, an adult portion was a regular hamburger and a small French fry and a small soda.
And look at the Big Mac now.
And now that portion is for a child in a Happy Meal.
Have you seen the Biggie meals? Have you seen the meals they're serving at Burger King? It's insane. How charged is your phone? Oh, okay, because mine's about to die. Okay. My first job was at McDonald's. And it was in 95, and they were doing the promo where they sold a Big Mac and a quarter pounder and a fillet of fish for 95 cents. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
People were coming through buying 20 sandwiches at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like when they served Whoppers for $1. I mean,
have you seen Wendy's fries on the commercial? We don't eat like that anymore.
no.
For one, we don't have the money to eat like that. I mean, we eat Papa John's, but that's only because Dave is a nice manager. I'm glad they came out with the keto bowl. But you had been making that for me for years because I can't eat pizza crust.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I swear I came up with it, but they stole it.
Yeah, he should get royalties. Hint, hint,
Yeah.
Shaq. But
Speaking of Shaq, screw your Shaq-a-roni. I'm sorry. I know it looks like a big basketball, but you can just shove it somewhere.
that's great. But whatever direction you choose to take your weight loss, have fun with it. That's the only thing I regret about this.
And I will give you some advice. Do not start this journey unless you're willing to commit to the lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's not just, okay, I've got the surgery, now I'm going to lose the weight. No, you're going to have to exercise. You're going to have to change the way you eat. And it has to be every day. I mean, every once in a while you can treat yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like we've been eating donuts tonight.
Like today. But seriously though, I mean, if you're not willing to put in some kind of work, like Abe said, it is not an easy button. You can't just go get the surgery and say, okay, now I'm going to lose this weight. And
It doesn't work that way.
Prime example, I have a boss, River City Merchandising, shout out to them. They sell t-shirts and marinas. Anyway, he got the gastric sleeve surgery. He's a big fella. He's 6'6". You know, right now he's probably 350 or so. But he was almost 600 pounds, 500 some odd pounds. He got the surgery. But he has sort of an opulent lifestyle. He has disposable income. And so he likes to drink. He likes to party. And he likes to eat. Well, he's gained a lot of his weight back. He wasn't willing to put in the work, so he wasn't successful. He's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
But he wasn't successful.
Well, he's lost. Has he kept it off? I haven't seen him lately.
He's kept quite a bit of it off, but I mean, he drinks alcohol.
Yeah.
He loves
Guys, I got to tell you, if you have this or the bypass done, you can get alcohol poisoning pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So our son is 22. Our oldest son is 22, and he was experimenting with alcohol because he worked at a grocery store, and he brought home the new line of Reds and Mountain Dew hard stuff. And I did a sip of both. Boy, was I, it was a sip and I was buzzed.
Yeah. Imagine me drinking a shot of tequila, just one.
Before that, we used to drink, you know, on special occasions like 4th of July and our anniversary and New Year's. And I never seem to get a buzz. Like I'd have a couple bottles of Red's apple ale at 4th of July and I'm good, right? But yeah, that was like,
Was it like the wild turkey and Oreo?
oh God.
Sorry, I didn't bring that.
When I was 13, I have to tell the story because it's hilarious. I went with my friends from church. Yes, we were all bad church girls. And we went over to a friend's house. They lived on the north side of town. And I drive by the house a lot sometimes where we were at. The family still lives there. But they were like, April, you want to try a shot of whiskey? And I'm like, I don't know if I should. Because we were eating, they brought out Oreos.
Mm.
And my friend, who were really, I won't say her name, she's like, I know you can handle it. I've seen your dad's whiskey bottle at home, and my dad had one hidden. And my mom made, like, crocheted him a nutcracker to go over, over the bottle. I never touched it. I just like the nutcracker because I like things that are homemade, handmade. But they dared me, and I did it. And unfortunately, they didn't give me a chance to eat my Oreo. And it was in my mouth, and I drank a shot of whiskey, and it was awful. And I didn't like alcohol after that. And I like champagne. It's okay. I like wine. Wine's good. But Bread's apple ale, that's great. Angry Orchard, that's awesome. But no, nothing else.
Blueberry, strawberry, they're all
Yeah.
good. But they're two whammies.
I'm
for
a
you.
weakling and I refuse.
Well, they're two whammies for you now, the alcohol and the fizz.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with my disorder, it's now called mast cell disorder because too many people are suffering with it across the country. Anything fermented generates those mast cells that attack my joints. I will wake up the next day if I eat even canned green beans and I'm hurting. And I'm not alone. And it's not in our heads. It's real. It's not. People suffering with fibromyalgia, it's real. They don't know why the nervous system is doing that to the body. It's environment, it's food, who knows what it is. It's alien, whatever.
Just because you can't find the origin of something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
There's this great poem that your sister sends out every once in a while around Facebook about, you may not see my ailment, but it's there. You may not see it from the outside, but it's there and it hurts. And there for a while, you could actually see my ailment. I had a rash that used to show up on my stomach.
Oh, yeah.
And it was purple and it was funky looking. So, but like we said, you have to commit in your mind and in your heart to what you want. And sorry, guys. You have, Millie, come on, girl, get down. Come on. Is it going to be fun? It might, if you have the right mindset. Do you need to reach out for help? Yeah.
Absolutely.
I couldn't handle my cravings anymore. I was mean. I was mean to everybody because I was hangry. And thank God my weight loss doctor believes in that type of treatment because I was trying everything natural to control my appetite. It wasn't working. It didn't work. I even went as far as to try hydroxycut. That was a mistake. So
It does make you a bit jittery, but
yeah. Well, phentermine does too, but it works a little bit better for me.
that's what I was talking about.
Now,
Phentermine.
Let's do the disclaimer. Everything that Pizza Dave and I do is not for you. It may not be right for you. That's where you need to reach out to a professional, which we're not, and ask for help. And there is an association for weight loss doctors and medical weight loss doctors. And they will help you find somebody to help you. The most prominent one I know of, he's in Houston and he's on TLC 600 Pound Life. And that's Dr. Now's Arden. Boy, he's getting up there in age.
I wish he'd take our skin off.
Oh, he used to do a show.
I know, Skin Tight.
We'd love to do that.
Smile. I could have got on that show.
Yeah.
They did both for some of them. I could have got both of them though.
Oh, I know. I wish they'd bring that back sometimes. But go make the right decision for yourself. If you're happy being overweight and you're happy with the lifestyle you're living, don't change. Be yourself. If you're tired of the struggle like we were, commit to it.
It's like anything else, you know, you to quit the eating habits, it's the same as like quitting smoking. You can't go into it half-heartedly thinking that you're going to get good results. Yeah, quitting drugs. Drug addiction, sorry guys,
is a disease. Alcoholism is a disease.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so glad that the community is flipping on it. It used to be taboo. Now it's not. But just my advice, and I wish I had done it. Dr. Now sends people to therapy.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I wish my surgeon had done that. Now, when I started backsliding into 300, they finally did.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, they sent me to an occupational behavioral therapist, and she was amazing. Cindy was amazing. I miss her, but I have a new therapist now that kind of dabbles in both, so it's really helpful. But we had to move, and I kind of like the layout of our old house. The living room and the kitchen were together. They were like open space. Here, the kitchen is upstairs away from where I usually am, which is downstairs because I let the kids watch TV on the front TV. So that was one thing that she always wanted me to do, was get away, go sit in my room and get away from the kitchen. But when you work in your bedroom office and you sleep there pretty much all 24 hours, you don't want to be in there. But I've had a weird behavioral shift lately since last summer. So I spend most of my time in my office and my bedroom. So, but like we say, get a support group together. I think that was the most awesome thing that we had, because my mom and dad saw that we were losing weight and they got on the bandwagon. My sister and my bro-in-law, we had church friends until the pandemic that were supporting us. We won't talk about religion, but have a support system together. If you don't have that, you're not going to be successful. And I think that's the hardest part.
It always helps if you have like-minded individuals around you who can support you through things that maybe they've already gone through, or you can do the same for them if they haven't experienced something that you have.
Exactly.
And that's the way I think life should be. I mean, when I was younger, growing up here, people cared about their neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, they helped people out. Now people don't give a crap about nobody anymore, and I just don't get it. It's like, why? They're human beings. I mean, you know, just like you are. You're going to struggle. They're going to struggle. You know, and it's so. I think the reason why the society has gotten so messed up is everybody's so concentrated about being against what they think another person is thinking or their belief, and it's like, used to nobody give a crap about that.
You know, the biggest shift that I've seen is your voting record is private.
Mm.
It's private. I shouldn't have to tell you who I voted for. I can tell you I'm a Democrat, but I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm going to encourage you to register to vote.
Mm.
That's one paradigm shift I've seen. Another one I've seen is in organized religion. Unfortunately, the church we left at the very end when the pandemic started was a country club.
Yes.
I love the pastor and his wife. I just don't think everybody and their Uncle Johnny who didn't need a job deserved to have one in the church.
Yeah.
Especially when you're supposed to be a shining light for the community. We're still Christians.
Yes.
We've changed our mind on a lot of issues.
Yes.
And we'll wrap up the show. Just, if you're going to do weight loss and you're going to make a big change in your life, do it for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have it in my mind that I'm doing it so that I could be a mom to my kids. And yes, that's a good reason, but until you take care of yourself first, you can't take care of anybody else.
That's true.
And I did that for a very long time. And it really messed with my head. It really did. You can do it. You can do it. We're working with Vic right now to help him lose the weight. Because unfortunately he's over 400 pounds. You can make it happen. You are important, and your mental health and your weight loss journey go together. And I didn't realize that for the longest time.
And also remember, it's your journey and nobody else's.
That's right.
Nobody else is going to have the same experience as you, and you're not going to have the same experience as everybody else.
Pizza Dave and I had totally different experiences, but yet we were still on the same journey.
Yes.
And that even shows you that even husbands and wives have differences. And men lose weight better than women. It sucks. Postmenopausal women have trouble losing weight. If I had known this, I wouldn't have had my hysterectomy. But I had to do something because I was bleeding to death.
And you didn't need to have any more children.
Yeah. I'll talk about that later. But yeah. I want grandkids, but I'm not getting any right now. And that's a good thing. But I'm not going to lie. I see cute little kids and I miss that age. So, but thank you for being along with us this week. We want to hear from you. I am starting to hear from a lot of you. That's great. Y'all are liking the favorite quotes of the day. If you want to drop us a line about favorite quotes, you got one you want us to use, you've got a story, a podcast idea, you've got just a comment, good or bad, we can take it. We can take the bad ones. Drop us a line on any of our social media. We're on every major platform, Sci-Fi Mombie.
Yeah, we got thick skin.
And we've got thick skin. It's all over. Yeah, that was interesting. I have to tell just a quick story. I've never had a pair of real Spanx. I've always bought the off-brand because we could never afford them. And I actually had an opportunity to buy a real pair. I felt like a sausage in a sausage casing. They are stiff when you buy them and they hold it in. So, yeah, well, one piece of it, but yeah, for our trip to LA, we're excited. I've never seen the ocean. I've never walked on the beach, and I've never been to the West Coast.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting experience. I'm kind of looking forward to the grill because I was looking over their menu and the food just looks fantastic. But you and I are going to have to come to an agreement on if we're going to share a meal or whatever.
I'd say we each get a meal and we take it back
Take home yeah,
because we paid for it.
or
so
take back to the hotel. Yeah,
we get a meal with us.
that's true. You can't take it on the plane though.
Well, no, but we can. Yeah.
So, if you don't want to drop us a line on social media, you can send it to our email address, mombieape, mombieape @gmail.com. I check it every day, guys, and it's clean. So I only have like one story in there from my cousin. What are you doing, Bear? Henri Black Cats. But we want to hear from you. We're having a blast. We're actually at episode 12. Can you believe it? So just a programming note. We'll be putting out a couple bonus episodes on the Taboo series. And we are on Patreon. We are working on that. We do have a website on GoDaddy. We have a wish list. If anything, go to YouTube and subscribe to us, please. Please and thank you. Like our videos. Go to my personal YouTube, subscribe to me, and then it will feed you into Sci-Fi Mombie.
We'll say if you're a podcaster, you have any good used equipment, you can donate it.
Oh, yes. Or we'll buy it from you. Yeah. We really, we have a wish list. We want to put the studio together. We're getting there. We're doing Zoom today. It's working out today like it should.
Yeah.
When we first started on the other podcast, it didn't work so well.
No.
But, thank you for listening to us. We appreciate you listening. You can find this podcast wherever you find your favorite podcast, and you can find this video on YouTube. So until next week, have a good one, guys.
And hey, keep promoting this lady. She's great.
On certain days. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.